Hello, and welcome back to yet another inspirational podcast episode brought to you by yours truly, Carina from Healogy. I'm your truth speaker, truth seeker, truth keeper, and I am so glad that you're here with me today. Hey, it's Carina. Welcome back to Soul Medicine. This episode is going to be uncomfortable because today I want to name something that no one in the love and light world really wants to admit: spiritual bypassing. The love and light only culture that tells you to smile through grief, chant through trauma, meditate away the rage in your chest. But here's the cut through truth. You can't affirm your way out of trauma. You can't sage away abuse. And you can't meditate away what your body is screaming to release. By the end of this episode, you'll see why bypassing your shadow isn't healing, it's self-betrayal, and what it takes to stop sugarcoating the truth and start actually transforming it. This is for the woman who has all the tools. Your bookshelf is full of self-help. Your nightstand has 3 journals. You light incense before meditation. You pull oracle cards and work with crystals. And you can recite affirmations in your sleep. And yet, you still wake at 2 a.m., heart pounding, wondering why the ache won't leave. Because the grief is still raw. The rage is still buried. The shame is still running the show. And no amount of love and light has touched it. The truth? Love and light only is a lie. It's not healing if it asks you to deny your shadow. When you bypass the ache with positivity, you betray yourself. You tell your body its truth isn't welcome. You layer glitter over a wound that's still festering. And the body doesn't buy it. That's why you're still anxious, still exhausted, still cycling the same patterns. And here's the truth. You can't affirm your way out of a wound you refuse to feel. You can't breathe your way past the ache your body still remembers. Because every just think positive moment is another way of gaslighting your own soul. Remember the last time you forced a smile and mouthed gratitude when every cell wanted to howl. Feel it now. The jaw clench, the tightness across your ribs, your breath stuck like a bird in a cage. That physical resistance is not bad behavior. It's your body trying to speak while you keep insisting it be polite. You were taught to polish the wound until it sparkled, to spiritualize your silence so no one asks the hard questions. But here's the first strike. Burying it doesn't make it gentler. It makes it hungrier. Grief becomes a black hole. Shame becomes a mask welded to your face. And rage becomes a toxin in your veins, corroding you from the inside out. And here's the second strike, if one wasn't enough. Bypassing becomes betrayal. You wait for validation, for a partner, for someone to rescue you. And yet you deny yourself the only medicine that heals. The raw, messy inner work that no one else can do for you. And the consequence isn't poetic, it's clinical. Depression, chronic illness, numbness, fury that lashes out at those you love. That's the price of pretending the wound is pretty. So feel it. Let the discomfort be honest. The universe won't cleanse what you refuse to name. And if this feels confronting, I get it, because I've been there too. I've smiled through gritted teeth, through the fear, the pain, the depression, the miscarriages, the emotional abandonment, and so much more. But inside, I was crumbling. And it wasn't until I finally stopped pretending, until I admitted what was really happening in me, that anything changed. Doing the inner work almost broke me open. It was messy, painful, disorienting. At times I thought I was losing myself. But what I was really losing was the mask. And when I finally let myself feel it, that's when my life started to transform. That's when I turned my pain into purpose. That's when I finally felt free. So I'm not speaking this at you, I'm speaking it with you. Because I know how very hard it is to stop bypassing. And I also know how powerful it is when you finally do. And if I can bloody well do it, I know you can too. Not alone, but with help. And it all starts with you tapping into that last tiny bit of hope, of strength, of courage, by choosing to say yes. Yes to yourself and yes to help. And I'm curious to know, what will it take for you to finally choose yourself unapologetically? But here's the part most people miss. The tools themselves aren't the enemy. I meditate, I journal, I use affirmations, and I recommend them to my clients. But they're not here to replace the shadow. They're here to support you while you walk through it. Meditation can steady your nervous system, but it won't release grief unless you let the tears fall too. Affirmations can remind you of your worth, but only after you've admitted where shame is still making your choices. Journaling can bring clarity, but only if you're willing to write the truth, not just the pretty version. Bypassing says skip the shadow. Healing says bring the shadow with you into the light. And this is the exact work I hold in Reiki, tarot, and coaching. Reiki helps your body to release the weight you've been carrying. Tarot names the truths you've been too afraid to face. And coaching helps you to integrate it all. So the tools you love, the meditations, the affirmations, the journaling, actually land in your body and create change. Because healing isn't about rising above your shadow, it's about weaving it into your wholeness. And I would love to invite you to just drop into your bodies for just a moment with me. And I invite you to place a hand on your belly and a hand on your heart. And I would like you to whisper to yourself, I choose truth, even when it hurts. And I want you to feel how your body softens at that vow. Notice the exhale, the relief, that comes when you stop asking yourself to be lighter, prettier, easier, and let yourself just be real. And so let me leave this with you. Where are you still sugarcoating the truth with love and light, when what you really need is to sit in the shadow and listen? And what might shift if, for just this week, you let the tools support you without asking them to do the whole job? This is the medicine I hold in my work, not bypassing, not pretending, but walking the shadow and the light together. You don't have to hold it all alone. And when you're ready to sit in the discomfort, I'll be here, ready and waiting. And you'll find the ways to connect with me in the show notes. Until next time, keep moving toward the life you're creating, not the one you've outgrown. And just because it was, doesn't mean it will be. With love, Carina.